one person can change a whole path. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I write, because I want Māori kids to see themselves in books doing amazing things.
Kia ora, my name's Peter and I'm a comic book artist and writer. I'm from Johnsonville, but my tribes are Kahungunu Rauko Tuhi.
Kia ora, my name's Olivia Aroha Giles. I was born in Wainuiomata. I am a writer, an artist, an illustrator and a designer, and I live in Otaki on the Kapiti Coast.
We're here to talk about the Pōkai Tuhi initiative, about getting writers and artists into schools and creativity going through everyone.
So why did you want to go into schools?
You can have a really big impact on kids, and that's probably the most crucial time when the kid's brain is opening up. Don't try and shut it down or close it off.
There's so much impact from somebody actually looking like you and standing in front of you and telling you an amazing story.
One person can change a whole path. And I'd like to be that for someone as well. So which school did you go to last?
I went to Pātea Area School.
How did that go?
Oh, it was amazing. Meeting the kids, they are just incredible, beautiful, so much energy. You know, they got involved and we started talking to each other, and that was really cool.
I've been paired up with a poet, his name is, an orator, his name is Te Kahu Rolliston. When an artist is paired up with a poet, I just think it's magic, because you've got two sides of creativity running in, or a writer, or same, you know. And we worked really well. He had half the kids rapping and I had half the kids drawing, so and creating characters. We're just creating either a creature or a monster, something kind of funny like that, and the kids are all throwing in suggestions, and then they start doing all these sounds that I only know because of my kids, and it's called brain rot. So I'm telling them off, saying, you know, that's not good for you. Just repeating random words again and again. But then the whole hall stood up and they all sung me a brain rot song of my own. Also, we've had a lot of feedback. The teachers and stuff, they show videos and photos and say how much the kids are really enjoying it at the end.
We had year 11 and 12s, and who were very cool. Like, the whole class was cool. And I felt like the biggest nerd in the world in front of that class, and I was wondering, oh, how am I going to engage these kids? But it was really easy because they were fully on board for whatever you want to do. And what we were talking about was, when we were talking about, you know, creating a character, and, you know, what does your character look like? And you know, how tall is your character? Is your character a girl or boy or other? Is he muscly? Are they, you know, and all this? And we were talking about it. And one of them, this wonderful girl, she gave me a picture of the character and all their traits and where they come from and where they were born and how old they were and their special power.
The stats.
It was amazing, with stats and everything. Yeah, that was really cool. It was my first visit. That one was my first visit, so I was I just had to sort of go with it.
I think that's one of my takeaways as well, is that how much easier it was than I had expected. But I think, yeah, if you find something that will engage any kid, then that kid he'll come through, or she, or they, yeah.
Well, I remember my son saying that this writer came to our school, Mum. Yeah. And my son was going, it was amazing, Mum, and he did this and he did that. And he still remembers that, and he's 30 years old. So I think you should never underestimate what sort of influence that you can have on a child, because you can empower or you can crush, you know, and you should always be going for empowerment.
And I think we can take for granted those things that we have that they might be amazed by as well at times.
Because when they say things like, do you do that for a job? And I went, yep.
Yeah.
I do. I write stories, draw pictures, I do it for a job. Yeah. You can do it for a job too.
I agree. I reckon we need more creatives in the world. we've got plenty of everything. And I don't think that you just have to be a creative. You can do all sorts of things as well. That's what I've found out. As long as the passion for your passion is still there, like don't let the outside crush the inside kind of thing.
When you go into schools and there are so many children there who are just bubbling over with creativity and imagination, unless it's encouraged, it gets drilled out of you. You know, when I'm talking to them, I want them to know that they're allowed to dream. You're allowed to dream. You're allowed to reach out for things that your parents or your teachers might think are beyond you. Reach for those things and go for it. What I want is young Māori, old Māori, to see themselves in pages in a beautiful, powerful, energetic, real way. Yeah. That's what I want. I want our kids to be able to see themselves, because when I was a kid, there were no little brown princesses. Yeah. There was nothing. We weren't in any of the books.
Yeah. If this program had been around when I was a kid, I think I would have had a lot more confidence with the possibilities of doing something like we're doing now. Had I seen someone that had been able to do it all and they were coming into school, I would have had a visual evidence. I would have had evidence that it would work, that following your dreams is cool.
There's value in your story, and you don't realise how valuable your experiences are and your story is until you tell your story and people go, oh, that's me. To be able to see that you impact the world and that you have a gift to give the world that makes people look at themselves and feel empowered, I think that's the power of storytelling for me.
What would you say to someone who said they didn't need to read?
For me, yeah. I devour books, yeah, because you're moving into another world. You're inhabiting a world with a lot of different people that you're never going to meet in your real life. It could be anything, but you become immersed in a book, and books are cheap. You can buy a book for $2, $3 from a second-hand shop, and that's the whole entire universe that you've got there.
I'd say it's a big thing, reading. It's vital for me as well, because my boy, he's non-verbal, and he knows how to write and read and draw, so that's how we communicate with each other. So I couldn't imagine it without, it would be very quiet.
To take who we are and to put it onto the pages of a book and show all the beauty that we are. That's my dream. And to have children reading about people who are very, very different from them, but seeing the connections. I want Māori kids to see themselves in books doing amazing things, because we are already out there doing amazing things.